India is expected to go through a major growth momentum over the next 30 years. We are currently at an inflection point. As we see further growth in disposable incomes, we will see a mass increase in consumption. This in turn will drive demand for various basic commodities, foodstuffs, energy, housing, infrastructure, and various services. We are probably today where China was in the early 90s, and investing into the India growth story is an area which is expected to yield enormous dividend for all people participating broadly across any of the areas which are based upon the consumption story in India. One of the key areas that will drive growth in India will be the availability of cheap and abundant energy. India has been blessed with abundant sunshine and tremendous wind potential. Government of India has very correctly exploited this over the last 10 years and building into India into one of the powerhouses in the renewable space. However, we have seen a certain level of saturation that has been reached in India's ability to exploit renewable energy over the last few years, essentially driven by the fact that storing energy still is very expensive. Eventually, the holy grail of the energy, holy grail for renewable energy will be the ability to time shift energy, generate power and store it during the day when the sun shines, and consume it when there isn't sunshine available. So essentially, we'll no longer be limited to having access to renewable energy only when the sun shines and the wind blows. The cost of storage has been sharply reducing, and we have seen the cost of storage come down from around $500 a unit down to sub $100 a unit today. This makes renewable energy efficient and cost effective for India and comparable to the cost of conventional energy. This provides India with a tremendous ability to reduce its import dependence and reduce its reliance on carbon-based fuel sources to natural fuel sources. I believe that this will start to happen. We will start to see a massive increase as early as 2030. Conventional energy now created will only be a bridging fuel to the future of energy, which eventually will lie with exploiting all of India's very abundant renewable resources. The Indian subcontinent is blessed with tremendous natural resources. Virtually every mineral and ore is available in India. The recent changes to the Mineral Development Act and various legislations to enable mining in the country, which bring in transparency and ease of doing business, will allow the mineral-dependent sectors, both downstream and upstream, to be able to flourish in the country. India has the potential to be one of the largest mineral and mineral downstream producing sectors, and producing downstream countries in the world. This has been an underexploited resource so far, and I believe it will be overexploited over the next decade or so.